Hey everybody, Film Distraction here, coming to you live from Fat Atlantic Studios. Big announcement, thrilled to announce that I am doing a variant cover for Tyler Kirkham's Create Your Own Comic Book, Final Boss. I know, I'm psyched, so definitely go to Indiegogo and check out Tyler Kirkham's campaign for Final Boss. It's crushing goals, it's doing great. His stuff is incredible, I'm a huge fan, he's a really nice guy, so thrilled to be able to have a variant cover for his book. And definitely go check out his Indiegogo campaign right now. But you're also going to want to go to Archive Crossover, where you can get my variant cover. So if you love his work and you want to see my art on a cover of his book, go to archivecrossover.com right now. Grab copies of my Archive Universe comic books. Yeah, and you can add on the Tyler Kirkham variant. I'm going to be doing a variant cover on Tyler Kirkham's book. So that's an add-on that you can get. Go to archivecrossover.com right now. So you get my awesome book and you get his awesome book with my cover. So Tyler did a cover for me a few years ago for Archive the Warhood Odyssey, my first trade paperback collecting, my first series. And I love his drawing of my character. So I've known Tyler for a while, and I'm a super fan. I love his work. He's awesome. So I'm thrilled to be able to do a variant cover for his book. So definitely go to archivecrossover.com right now and grab some books. Buy some books from me and grab one of these Final Boss variant covers. So yeah, I'm super psyched to be able to have it. And I didn't want to just do a drawing and be like, here it is. I thought it'd be kind of fun to have some options. So there are 3 drawings. If you go to archivecrossover.com, you'll see 3 different drawings and 3 different pencil drawings of Tyler's character, Final Boss. And so you can vote on which one you think should be the variant cover. I know, that's awesome, right? I know. I'm psyched. You should be psyched. I think it's really a fun way to kind of make it kind of interactive. So you don't know which drawing the variant cover will be, but you're going to love it. It's going to be great. I'm super psyched to be able to do it. And so definitely go to archivecrossover.com right now and check it out. Grab some books and then add on the Final Boss with my variant cover and let me know which one you think. There's A, B, and C. There's 3 choices, and you can pick whichever one you want. So pick whichever one you think should win, and the one that wins will be the variant cover. What am I drawing today? What am I going to draw today? I have to do a commission. It's a character called the Phantom, and I don't really know what the character looks like, and I started it last week, and I was like, I got to keep working on it. So I thought I'd do a little bit of it right now. I didn't do any sort of reference research or anything. So I was like, I'll just kind of do it live. I'll do it live. But I wanted to come on and be able to tell everyone I'm doing a variant cover for Tyler Kirkham's book. That's the big news. So you go to archivecrossover.com. You can go to archivecrossover.com and you can grab a bunch of my books, my Archive Universe books, and add on Final Boss and vote for which variant cover is gonna win. It's a limited time. You got to jump on now. So definitely jump on now if you want to get Final Boss with my variant cover. Check it out. I'm super thrilled with how Tyler is allowing me to do a variant cover. He's a great guy. His stuff is awesome. He's a superstar comic book artist. He's a rock star, world famous. His stuff is great. He's been doing huge stuff. He's working on Batman. He's working on Venom. He's working on everything. So if you like my art, you'll love his art because his stuff is just phenomenal. So definitely go check out his Indiegogo campaign right now. His crowdfunder is crushing goals. He's hitting it out of the park. Final Boss is a smash hit. So you're definitely going to want to go and support his book and get copies from him. But if you want to get all the copies, if you want to get my variant cover, you have to go to archivecrossover.com. The only place to get my variant cover, archivecrossover.com. Thank you, Christian Ayan. What should I do for perfect anatomical drawing? These are a lot of drawing questions. I love the idea of smashing Spider-Man and Moon Knight together. Yeah, smashing Moon Knight and Spider-Man, Moon Man. What should I do for perfect anatomical drawing? I don't know. Draw anatomy? Perfect anatomical drawing? Don't draw a comic book, kid. I've always said I'm not drawing an anatomy textbook, right? So if you were like, oh, it's not anatomically perfect, it's not. It's comic book art. If you look at Jack Kirby's stuff, what you want to do is have a good basis for where things are, forms and shapes, right? And three dimensionality of forms and shapes, and how to move them in space, and then just have fun with it. Movement, motion, action, right? If you get too hung up on anatomy being perfect, then you'll lose a lot of that dynamism that I think is so important in comic books and comic book art. Muy bien, arte, pero se escucha jodamente mal. I don't know what that means, alfalfa, but thank you. I assume it's nice, and I assume it's a nice thing. I just said it out loud, so hopefully, Spanish speaking friends, I don't know what I just said. I think arta is art. So I think I said something about art, maybe. So archivecrossover.com right now. I want to get you to go to archivecrossover.com, support my work, get some of my books, vote for which variant cover you think I should do, and yeah, and it'll be great. I'm super psyched. Panic at the Wrong Disco. Hey, what are you drawing? Hey, Panic at the Wrong Disco. Go to my Instagram, right? Go to DylanAndrewsArt.com, and it has a link to my social, so you get to see my hands. And my hands are on my Instagram, and my face is on Twitch and YouTube. So if you're interested in like, why am I just talking to the camera? And you can see my pencil movement, you can't see my artwork. You can go to DylanAndrewsArt.com. That has a link to my Instagram. Look up Dylan Distraction on Instagram. Can't see my hands moving. Arte hablan en inglés XD. It's actually my birthday today. Iron Man, Ultron, Legends, action hero. Ooh, that's cool. Do you prefer every little detail in your comic before starting, or do you use some make it up as you go? I make it up as I go. I make my comics up as I go. Archivecrossover.com. Let me type that in. I love to work from a loose idea. And that is because I'm the artist and writer with all the stuff I'm working on. So when I am creating my content, it doesn't need to strictly adhere to a script, because I created the script and I can move it as I need to. I think it's good to have a basis, good to have a framework, but I like to kind of try to move as I need to, add pages, subtract pages. I feel like something needs more space or less space, I'll move things around for sure. Archivecrossover.com. Go to archivecrossover.com right now. And yeah, grab some books and vote on which variant cover drawing is going to be on Tyler Kirkham's newest book. Oh boy, there's a bunch of good ones. There's 3 of them. Just so you know, there's 3. Pick the one you think looks the best. What you do is you add it as an add-on, and then when you just say, hey, I think B, and I'm like, all right, sweet, that's 1 vote for B. I think they're all great, and I'm going to continue to draw all of them, and then we'll see which one looks the most best. But that's archivecrossover.com. And if you have any questions about drawing, let me know. Happy to tell you. This is just kind of how I rough out a figure, right? So you can kind of see, I'll show up here. So when I'm drawing, it's usually pretty chaosy, right? And then I'll go in and probably reduce down some of this really erratic pencil work, just to kind of see if I can find some forms in there. And then I'll have to look at reference at some point. And then I'll get a different pencil with different graphite, right? So this one's a little more dense than that one. So I'm going to do a little bit more detail-y stuff. But yeah, archivecrossover.com. Thrilled to be able to announce I'm doing a variant cover for Tyler's book. And yeah, I want to get a bunch of people to grab a copy so I can figure out which variant cover drawing everyone likes the most. And then that's the one I will have be the cover. So go to archivecrossover.com right now and vote. Vote by grabbing a copy and let me know which one you think is the best. Archivecrossover.com right now. If you have any questions, let me know. Any questions about my drawing, and I'll shout people out here. Happy birthday, Christian. Al Nealian, good to see you. Alfalfa, What else is on? Which I do for perfect anatomical drawing. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about perfect anatomy. I think I learned a lot of stuff about anatomy by abridgment is a really good option, but also just kind of we used to look at muscle magazines when we were kids because we didn't have the internet, so you look at muscle magazines to try to get muscles. But the real thing that helped me kind of understand form and shape was the French fry, right? The Carlos D'Anda's example of the French fry, which is where you have think of a French fry, and that's or a 2x4, right? And how you light that kind of helps you to understand shape and form. Bart Sears does a similar thing, but he does more of a bubble technique, right? So it's more like you have bubbles, and then you have those bubbles, the bubbles or the muscles. I like that idea too. I mean, really, it's just about finding what works for you to convey your story and create a consistent look in your books, right? And your comic books and your characters look not realistic, but consistent, right? And I think that's always kind of a concern people have. It's like, oh, the best comic books look most realistic. And it's like, oh, I don't know if that's true at all. I think that the best comic books are whatever you want it to be, right? If you want something super realistic, then that's what you should try to create. If you want something super cartoony, then that's what you should try to create. Seek out stuff that brings you joy and support the artists that you like and that you think have work that you connect with, and try to make your own stuff. I think that there's not going to be one artist or one creator that does everything that you're like, oh, this is perfect, and they can't. I love everything they've ever done. It's best to just find stuff that you like and appreciate and enjoy, and then try to go out there and make stuff that you're happy about and proud of and want to share with the world. So if you have any questions, let me know. But really, go to archivecrossover.com right now and grab a copy of my book and add on the variant cover that I'm doing for Tyler Kirkham. Go right now. Time is running out. We're on a strict deadline. Time's run out. So vote. Let me know which cover you want. And I will have that one be the variant cover. So I'm super psyched. I think it's going to be awesome. It's a little intimidating working on a character I'm not as familiar with. I do have to that's why there is some, if you see, I've done a lot of roughs and a lot of studies to try to be like, how would I do this character? What's my take on him? How do I create something that's distinct and still looks like my work? It's a bit of a trick. I want to draw. The problema is that I can't draw. I'm sorry, Alfalfa. The great thing about drawing is that you get better just by doing it. There's really no magical way to be good or happy or enjoy it. You just really have to keep working at it. So constantly creating, constantly drawing, working every day at it. It's one of those things that unless there's very few limitations, right? So if your hands work and your eyes work and you have a piece of paper and a pencil, you can be drawing right now. So my suggestion is, hi, Matteo DeMarco. Hi. My suggestion is if you want to draw, start drawing. If you want to make comics, start making comics. There's nothing holding you back. The very little in the way of challenges for starting, right? Completing stuff is hard. Making stuff of a professional caliber, that's tricky. But just starting and having fun drawing, that's easy. Just start making stuff. Just start drawing. That's my suggestion. So this is a commission I'm doing, and just kind of roughing in where I think things will be. And I wanted it to be kind of a large character with guns. I didn't put a lot of thought into the pose. Obviously, you saw me do it right now live. Not a lot of thought, but I think it's going to come out great. You gotta believe it's going to look good. Do I ever? Okay, join. Hey, the Monkey-O MBA. I love everybody's names. Do you ever take a little break from drawing because you're just tired of it for a bit? Sure, of course, yeah, obviously. I mean, if every day it's a job and you don't want to burn out on it, you want to make sure that you're able to produce quality work for sure. And what I do is I'll switch gears and I'll if the drawing stuff is feeling like I'm not making progress or not finding what I want it to be, right? If I'm not able to get those lines I'm looking for, or what I'll do is I'll usually look at comic books. I find that that's a nice way to kind of reset my brain. So I'll pull out. I got a lot of comic books behind me, so I'll just go and find something that inspires me to keep creating, or I'll just read or watch TV. Often watching TV is kind of a waste of time, but it's good to disconnect, go watch a movie. I went and saw um, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. I went and saw Black Widow, so that was the break. But I'm usually pretty excited about working on stuff. I always feel like I can make my work better, and I always like to try to kind of improve and be creating. But yeah, no, you don't want to get burned out. You don't want it to be difficult. You want it to flow pretty smoothly and be pretty fun. That's the best way to stick with it, right? Because there'll be people that will, be critical of your work and whatever, and it's best to just kind of keep moving, right? Nothing, because the worst case scenario is if you're aggravated or unhappy with what you're producing and you just stop, right? And I've gotten to that point before where I'm just like, it's not working, it's not, and then it's hard to start again, right? It's better to just kind of keep rolling. So go to archivecrossover.com right now, grab my comic books, get copies of my books, and vote on which variant cover you think I should have on Tyler Kirkham's new book, Final Boss. Go right now, archivecrossover.com right now. Support my work, buy my books, and then I can make more books. I can do more videos. I can do more awesome stuff. I can go to conventions and say hi to everybody and hang out. But first, you got to go to archivecrossover.com right now and grab some comics. Purchase some comic books. Help us hit goal. Help me. Help you. Help me. So it's Shark Week. Happy Shark Week, everybody. It's also Taco Tuesday. I usually end up coming on live on these Taco Tuesdays for no reason other than I just kind of feel like it's a good day. I'm usually got something to talk about. Today I'm thrilled. I found out I'm doing a variant cover for Tyler Kirkham's book. It's going to be available at Archive Crossover. Go right now and vote on which one you think should be the cover. So that's cool. Happy to be able to have that to announce. And hopefully going to be lining up some conventions here in the future. So maybe I'll see people out on the road. It'll be a little odd to get back on the road and do that. It is a lot of energy and effort, but it's always energizing and fun when it goes well. I'm always really happy when it's over. That's the thing about traveling. It's like I like traveling, but I like coming back. And I'm psyched to be able to get out there and share my work with people. But really, the best way to support my work is go to archivecrossover.com right now and vote on which variant cover is going to be on Tyler Kirkham's newest book, Final Boss. What? That's right. Check out his campaign on Indiegogo and go get my comic books at Archive Crossover and let me know which variant cover you think is going to be the wiener. There's a few up there to choose from. And I thought, well, I don't know which one I want to do. Why should I choose? Tyler said, they all look cool. He's like, which one do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't know, man. What do you think? And he's like, I thought, how if I have people vote? He's like, dope, have that. Do that. Have people vote on it. I said, great. All right, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to draw all of them. But right now, the pencils are up there so you can pick. That's awesome. What advice would I give to someone that's trying to get cover gigs for these crowdfunded comic books? Eddie draws it. Do your own crowdfunded comic book. Why are you trying to do somebody else's variant cover? That's like, right? So right now, if you were like, how do I get on a variant cover? Step one, draw your own comic book. And then ask other people to do a variant cover for you. And then what'll happen is they'll say, hey, you had me do a variant cover for you. Why don't you do a variant cover for me? And then you go, that's a great idea. So that's what I would do. That's what I did. And that's how I got a variant cover for Tyler Kirkham's Final Boss, available right now at archivecrossover.com. Vote on which drawing you think should win. Only one can win. The way you vote is buy the books and then tell me which one you think looks dope. There's 3 drawings up there. Pick one. And then just message me because I don't know. There's no like literal vote thing. Like I don't have like a way to put in a vote. But you buy my books add on the variant cover, and then tell me. Just shoot me a message. You'd be like A or B or C. I was like, dope, great idea. Vote counted. It's very casual. Really, the most important thing is just go get the books, and then surprise, you'll find out which one you get. I have to write my own comic book first. Yeah, write your own comic book. Getting variant cover gigs is fine. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that all they do is variant covers, but really the goal for me is to tell stories and create comic books, right? So doing variant covers is fun, and I like getting variant covers from artists I'm a fan of. I think it's kind of neat, but that's not really the goal for me. I mean, that's cool. I'm thrilled to be able to be on Tyler Kirkham's comic book because I'm a fan of his work, and I think the comic book looks awesome. But I see a lot of great cover artists on books that are less than stellar sometimes, or things that I'm not a fan of. It's like, oh man, I love that artist's work, but that book just didn't connect with me or whatever for whatever reason. And so I'm more of a fan of make your own comic book, right? So make your own independent, create your own comic book, and eventually, the variant cover thing that might work out. But really, draw, write, create a comic book. That's step number one. Because variant covers are, they're fun, and I'm thrilled to be able to do one. But the goal is I want you to go check out my books, right? So Archive Universe is my creator-owned comic book. I want you to go check that out and grab a Tyler Kirkham variant cover and check out his book, right? It's about the comic book. For me, it's less about the collectability of like a 1 in 100 or whatever. But that's just me. So archivecrossover.com right now. Grab my comic book and vote on which drawing you think should be the variant cover at archivecrossover.com. That's it. Easy peasy. That's my announcement for today. So hopefully you've all gone to archivecrossover.com, bought a bunch of books, and voted on which variant cover you think should be the variant cover. There's one where the final boss is standing with his fists, like I'm gonna do a bunch of fire effects. And then there's one where he's like standing behind, his mask vigilante in the front. I think that one's kind of cool too. And then there's one that's like an homage of Spider-Man punching Hulk. So that one also pretty dope. So if you have a preference, which one you think should be the variant cover, go to archivecrossover.com right now, check them out, and let me know which one you think is going to be the wiener. The wiener. So yeah, that's what's going on with me. I hope everyone's doing wonderfully. I hope everyone's having a great night. I'm going to finish drawing this commission. It's coming together, right? Getting there. Show it to getting there. Getting there. So I'm going to work on that. And go to archivecrossover.com right now. Grab some books. Let me know what you think. Let me know which cover you think should be the variant cover for Tyler Kirkham's creator-owned comic book, Final Boss. All right. Have a wonderful night. Talk to you later. Okay. Bye.